Hi guys, and welcome back to the International Challenge April tournament. So, we did a couple of battles this morning. We're still playing through our first initial 15 games. We've played 10 games so far. We had that disconnect game 1, which was really unfortunate, as I keep saying. And we've done alright. We've won next 9 after that. So we're 9, 0 losses. 1 disconnect, so we're not doing too bad. We'll jump on to the online tournament now and we'll kick off and we'll do a few more battles now. So I hope you guys have had a great day. Like I was saying earlier, or yesterday's episode, or whichever way it kind of works out, I've been at a birthday party all day, so it has been my little nephew's birthday party, Elijah, so happy birthday again to Elijah. I think he had a brilliant day, and it was a lot of fun spending the day with family and things, so it's really nice. So I am totally ready to kind of kick on with the team. So just to kind of recap the team that we're using, it is Tapu Lele, Arcanine, Celesteela, Drifblim, Garchomp and Snorlax, and we have our first opponent of the day. Well, not of the day, but of this session, and they are running a team of Lilligant, Marowak, Oranguru, Porygon 2, Tapu Bulu and Torkoal. So, very Trick Room orientated team. Now, like I've said previously, when I see Oranguru, I don't like to rely on my taunt, because there's a lot of times that it would just carry the mental hurt and then we just waste our taunt. So, there is the Porygon 2 there, but I would imagine my opponent probably to go with either the Oranguru or the Lilligant and the Torkoal lead. So I might here go for, let's think. I definitely want Garchomp, 100% Garchomp. Let's think, what else do I want? Because we've not got any weather to really take advantage of things. I could lead, to be honest, I could lead Tapu Lele and Drifblim in this situation. It might not be the worst. Just got to be very careful, because if we can't stop the Trick Room, that's the problem. I'm going to go Garchomp, Arcanine, Lele and Celesteela. Now Celesteela might seem a bit strange to bring, but we just need to kind of play around the Marowak and the Torkoal. If we can get rid of either of those, it's going to make our lives a lot easier. Especially with the inclusion of Tapu Bulu on this team as well, it's going to make getting those Earthquakes off with Garchomp a lot harder as well, so we do need to keep that in mind. It's probably not going to be the easiest game, but if we play it right, we should be okay. So my opponent is leading off with that Lilligant and the Torkoal. Okay, what are we going to do here? Now my opponent is free to just go for an After You Eruption. But I am tempted to, I would imagine we may see a Sleep Powder come out from the Lilligant on to the Garchomp, I would say, probably the more likely thing. And I've not really got anything I want to switch in on an Eruption, because both of these can take Eruptions really nicely. So what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to go for a Rock Slide, because there's every chance that Sleep Powder can miss, and I'm just going to double into the Lilligant, try and get rid of it. So we'll see what my opponent goes for here. If he does go for that After You Eruption, that would be a lot better than the Sleep Powder kind of route at the moment anyway. So yeah, we're going to probably see the Protect and the Sleep Powder come out here. Weird, okay. So After You and a Protect, so it fails. I don't really get that play. I think my opponent's probably misclicked there, which is a bit unfortunate. Or they've either timed out. I'm pretty sure they probably meant to go for a Sleep Powder. So really unfortunate for my opponent there. We do take the Lilligant down. We get really fortunate, manage to kind of capitalise on that mistake, which is making things a lot easier for us going into the next few turns. But that Porygon 2 does come in. Does get the download boost on attack. Again here, because I think the Porygon 2 probably will go for A Trick Room. I'm just going to go for an Earthquake because we know that Torkoal can't protect here. So just getting some big damage onto it now will just kind of weaken those eruptions. And I'm just going to protect my Arcanine. Because I don't want to switch my Celesteela in on a potential fire type attack in the sun. So it's just, it makes more sense just to protect the Arcanine. Torkoal goes for the Protect again, but it does fail. So we will get the Earthquake off. This Porygon 2 will go for the Trick Room, I'd imagine. But the damage onto the Torkoal is the most important thing here. And there's the Trick Room. So we'll probably be able to take another attack, to be honest. I'm going to go for a Rock Slide here, and I'm going to go for a Snarl as well with my Arcanine. Lower the special attack of that Porygon 2, because it probably has Ice Beam. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam there. Yeah, so after even after the Snarl, we're not going to be able to take another Ice Beam, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. And we get the Rock Slide off. Let's see if this is enough to take that Torkoal down. Oh, it's not quite enough. Right, now I'm going to I'm going to switch in my Tapu Lele for my Garchomp, and I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz into that Porygon 2. Because we are in the sun, so it should be doing a lot more damage than it would have previously. But maybe the Snarl was a better option there, just to get rid of that Torkoal. But to be honest, I'd rather kind of, depending on what my opponent's got on the back. So we just see a Protect from the Torkoal, so we kind of get a free kind of shot at this turn. We see a return from the Porygon 2 into the Arcanine. And it picks up a critical hit, which is massively annoying. I'm worried that the Marowak's in the back. That's why I want to kind of preserve the Garchomp. I'm going to go for a Shattered Psyche onto the Porygon 2. And I'm just going to protect the Celesteela this turn. And hopefully we don't see a Recover come out from this P2, because then we'll be able to pick up the KO. So there's a Heat Wave from the Torkoal. Tapu Lele avoids the attack, and there's the Recover from the P2. And I think we've got one more turn of the Trick Room to go, I think. If it ends this turn, then that's perfect. I should really be keeping count in my head. It's either this turn or next. So we'll get the Shattered Psyche off. This will do good damage, but it's not going to be picking up the KO unless we get really lucky with a critical hit. But do about 75% though. Yeah, doing nice damage. Sunlight faded, and we still have one turn of Trick Room left. I'm just going to go for a Psychic onto the P2. And I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam into the Torkoal just to pick up the KO there. The Sunlight has disappeared, so it shouldn't be picking up the KO onto the Celesteela. Yeah, we take that quite comfortably. And there's a Recover from the P2. So we will pick up the KO now onto that Torkoal with Heavy Slam. And we'll get a Special Defense Beast Boost in the process. And we'll be able to see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. And like I say, the Trick Room should end now. After this. So we get the Psychic. See what the damage is like. That is a critical hit. So that's huge. Okay, yeah. And it is the Marowak. So it's a good job we kept the Garchomp in the back. So I'm just going to double in to the Porygon 2 with my Celesteela and my Tapu Lele, just to make sure that Trick Room doesn't go up again. If we hadn't got that critical hit, we had Taunt anyway, so we could have shut the P2 down and then chipped it with the Celesteela this turn, brought in the Garchomp, and potentially both things would have been in range to go down. So we see the Shadow Bone from the Marowak, probably onto the Lele. Yeah, it will pick up the KO, but this works out great for us because we can bring the Garchomp in, we can freely Earthquake next to the Celesteela, and we should be able to close this game up because an Earthquake should be enough on a single target to pick up the KO. So, manage to get through this game. Alright, so that's not a bad start. Garchomp going for the Earthquake, and this should pick up the KO. Oh, it doesn't, just misses out. Is a Heavy Slam going to be enough? Should be. Yeah, so that's quite a bulky Marowak. Very bulky Marowak. So, game 11. And that's another win, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And we'll move on to our next game. So what I'm going to probably do is record about 4 games in a set, stop the recording and then kind of move on, and that should amount to like each day's recordings while I'm away. We'll not save the video and we'll just move on. So this will be game number 12 we're going into now. Game number 12. I think it should be game number 12. Let's have Enter the Ultra Beast, because I don't think I really pick this very often. So yeah, we haven't really brought the Snorlax to too many games yet. I think we brought it to 1 against that Salazzle team, but we haven't really featured it too much. And we haven't really featured the Drifblim too much. We're kind of sticking with that core 4 that we've been playing around with. But the deeper we get into the tournament, obviously we'll have more chances to kind of mix things up and have different leads and things like that. So we'll just see how things go. But the main kind of aim of this tournament is to win every match, win as many matches as you can, obviously, because you want to be as high as possible to get some points. So we have our next opponent, Oliver, and he is running a team of Tapu Fini, Togedemaru, Kartana, Salazzle, Gastrodon, and Garchomp. So what are we going to do here? Definitely want my Arcanine because it's going to come in very handy with the Intimidate against Garchomp. It's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on that Kartana and the Togedemaru. I also want my Garchomp here, does a really nice job. Tapu Lele, and yeah, Celesteela. Yeah, Celesteela is really good because it should be easy enough to get rid of the Salazzle and the Togedemaru. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for that. So what I'm gonna do is lead with my Garchomp, Arcanine, bring my Lele in the back with my Celesteela. Yes, let's go for that. And again, I'm leaving my Tapu Lele in the back because my opponent, for one, has the Togedemaru, so it will be able to take advantage of that fake out if it has it. And the thing is, if he leads with the Tapu Fini and I lead with my Tapu Lele, like we were saying before, he'll guarantee the terrain up. So I want to be able to bring in my Lele on the switch to stop that fake out if it's coming on to my Pokemon, and, you know, at least try and get some attacks off. But you see my opponent here lead off with that Salazzle and the Togedemaru, so quite an interesting lead for my opponent. We're probably likely to see a fake out into the Garchomp here, so I'm just going to go for a Snarl, break any potential sashes on the Salazzle, pop the Air Balloon on that Togedemaru, and go for a Rock Slide as well. So we actually see Fake Out into the Arcanine. Okay, so that's interesting. And a Sludge Wave. It does pick up the poison onto the Garchomp, which isn't ideal. But we get a Rock Slide off, so we will pop the balloon. Do decent damage to that Salazzle as well. So we can just go for an Earthquake here, because does my opponent have anything that resist? No, he's not even got anything to switch in on an Earthquake. So I am just going to go for an Earthquake, and I'm going to switch in my Celesteela as well. Because there's every possibility that Garchomp could be in the back, and I won't have an Intimidate to switch in on the Garchomp if it does come in. And imagine my opponent probably switch out something now. You wouldn't expect him to leave both of these Pokemon in here. So we see the Sludge Wave again. Doesn't affect either my Celesteela or the Togedemaru because they're Steel typing. Garchomp easily able to take it. And we see an Encore into the Garchomp. So locking us into that Rock Slide. But we will be able to pick up the KO on the Salazzle at least. And we just take a bit of chip from that poison. We'll see what my opponent brings in now. And it is the Garchomp. Okay, that's fine. Right, I am going to switch in my Arcanine. And I am going to go for... What am I going to get locked into? I don't really particularly want to get locked into... I'm quite happy just locking myself in. If that Togedemaru decides to go for an Encore, I'm just going to lock myself into a Heavy Slam. Just get damage onto this Garchomp. I just need to make sure I can get rid of it, really, at this point. It might go for a Swords Dance or whatever, but we just need to kind of start concentrating on getting damage onto it. So we just see a Rock Slide come out from the Garchomp. No Swords Dance or anything like that, which is fine. And a Zing Zap. So a double flinch chance on my Celesteela. Do we flinch? Yeah, we flinch, which is not ideal. What should I do here? I can kind of see my opponent protecting the Togedemaru here and the Garchomp going for an Earthquake. So I'm going to protect my Arcanine just in case he does that. I'm going to go for a Leech Seed onto the Garchomp. Oh, so the Garchomp actually withdraws and we see the Kartana come in. So this is a really nice switch by my opponent. And we see the Spiky Shield come out from that Togedemaru. This is not ideal because both my Pokemon can be Encored at this point. He's gonna Encore. He has to Encore the Arcanine now. Really has to Encore the Arcanine. And what we could do actually is just double into this Kartana with a Flamethrower and Flare Blitz because you can literally only Encore into one slot. But we see Togedemaru withdraw. So now Encore coming out and the Garchomp come back in. Kartana just protects. Okay, so that's fine. I think I'm gonna sack. I'm going to switch in my Garchomp here. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to protect my Arcanine. And I'm going to go for a Flamethrower into the Kartana. The Kartana has to switch out here. It has to, right? It could be sashed. So it might not, but it has to switch out. I'm guessing. No switch out. Protect the Arcanine. Garchomp just going for a Rock Slide again. Hopefully no flinch this turn. And a Sacred Sword from that Kartana into the Celesteela. Alright. And yeah. So no sash, we actually see a Life Orb there. Okay. And we get a Beast Boost on our Celesteela. So we've got my opponent down to his last 2 Pokemon here. Now Togedemaru is free to go for an Encore straight into that Arcanine slot, to be honest. So I think I'm just going to switch out to my Garchomp here. And I'm going to go for a Leech Seed into the Garchomp with my Celesteela. We might just take a double attack into that slot, like a Rock Slide and a Zing Zap, but there's every chance he might just go for an Encore into that Arcanine. But it is a Zing Zap, yeah. It's a nice play from my opponent there. But we do get the Garchomp in for free, so that's nice. And we'll be able to get the Arcanine in now. What have we seen from this Togedemaru? We've seen Fake Out, Zing Zap, Encore. He's probably got Spiky Shield. Probably got Spiky Shield. I've got a feeling this Garchomp is maybe scarfed, because it's just used Rock Slide every turn it's been on the field. I'm gonna go for a Dragon Claw and a Will-O-Wisp into the Garchomp. So yeah, just another Rock Slide. Should proc the Berry on the Arcanine. So we'll be able to survive a Zing Zap, but it's whether we move because of the flinch chance. So we see the Zing Zap. Get the Dragon Claw off, which is super nice. Do good damage to this Garchomp. Pick up a bit of rough skin damage, so we probably will go down this next turn. And we get the Will-O-Wisp, but we miss! Oh, that's terrible! That is really, really terrible. Okay. So, not ideal at all. Right, I'm going to go for another Dragon Claw with my Garchomp onto the opposing Garchomp. I'm going to switch in my Tapu Lele for my Arcanine, so we've at least got another Intimidate to come back onto the field. And just reduce the attack power of these Pokemon. Ugh. So we need this to miss, but it hasn't missed, it has hit. And we'll see a Zing Zap. Yeah. So it's taking me down to about 50% health. So what we need is no flinches at all. So I'm just going to go for a Flare Blitz into that Togedemaru and a Moonblast into the Garchomp. And if we can get both attacks off, then we should be fine. So we see the Rock Slide come out from the Garchomp. Doing good damage. See the Zing Zap is into the Arcanine. We do manage to hold on, get the Moonblast off. Are we going to get the Flare Blitz? This is a big question. So we pick up the KO onto the Garchomp. Come on, Arcanine. Oh, we flinch. So Right. Just going to go for the same again. Flare Blitz. And I'm going to go for a Shattered Psyche into this Togedemaru. And hopefully it should be enough to pick up the KO. Togedemaru's aren't normally that bulky. Yeah, so there's a Zing Zap into the Arcanine that will pick up the KO. Let's see what the damage is like from this Shattered Psyche and see if this can kind of pull us out of this situation. I'm confident this will KO. We have got the Psychic Terrain up. Togedemaru's aren't that bulky. It is resisting the Psychic attack, but it does like 50% to Celesteela, so it's going to be KOing. It should be doing 75% to Togedemaru. Yes! Excellent work, Tapu Lele. And good game to my opponent. And we managed to pick up another win, so that's great. Excellent. And we will move on. So, as I say, good game, Oliver. And we'll move on to our next game. I did say I was going to do 4 in this set, so we've got like 3 more games to finish 15. So I'll probably just do the next 3 and then that'll close up that little section of the video. I think that makes a bit more sense to do that. So we'll just jump on again and find our next opponent. What music should we go for, guys? Let's go for the Aether Foundation. I have no memory of this music, so it's probably pretty cool. Most of the tracks are pretty cool, so we'll go for the Aether Foundation. And the other thing I was going to say as well, I wanted to mention yesterday when I was kind of doing the first initial videos, was that I initially wanted to stream the next international challenge. So I want to set up a live stream on a Twitch or something like that. I haven't looked into it yet, but I was going to kind of plan to do that. But it's only the reason that I haven't done it is because of myself going on holiday. So the next international challenge, whenever that is, I will set up or look to set up a live stream of me playing in it. So hopefully that'd be quite cool. Let me know what you think anyway. So we have an next opponent running a team of Mimikyu, Milotic, Tokol, Buzzwole, Salamence and Alolan Muck. So a really interesting team here. Got some really nice unique picks in the Milotic there. It's going to really stop my use of Arcanine. Obviously a Trick Room mode we've got with the Mimikyu and the Torkoal. He's got the Intimidate support with the Salamence. Buzzwole is just a massive threat to everything, and the Alolan Muck. I think here I want to probably bring my Drifblim. It doesn't seem like the smartest idea, but I need some sort of Will-O-Wisp support, and or do I just be careful, I think, and play around? Yeah, I think I bring the Arcanine here. Drifblim is nice because Drifblim gives me nice options against the Buzzwole. That probably only has Poison Jab. Probably has Ice Punch, so I'll be able to do decent damage that side of things. No. Thing is though, do I want? Yeah. I don't know if I want to lead the Arcanine here, because if that Milotic leads, then we're in big trouble. I'm going to do it. I'm going to call my opponent's bluff and say he's not going to lead the Milotic. If he does, we are in a hole and we'll have to start really climbing out of it. So, let's see. I think we'll get away with it though. I'm going to say me and Cyndaquil think that the Milotic is not going to be leading. So let's see. Let's do this. What have we got? So we lead off with the Tapu Lele and the Arcanine, and no Milotic! Yeah! So we get away with it. Right, I'll be serious now. That's really good for us, like super good for us. So we're probably going to see a Trick Room, I imagine, or a big Ghost type attack into my Tapu Lele here. Now I could go for a Taunt into the Mimikyu, but it's probably not the best idea to do that. It could have Mental Herb, or it might be one of the what is it, the Never-Ending Nightmare variants, so it's never going to be a good idea to kind of just leave a Lele in front of it, even Intimidate it, because it does have the potential to pick up the kill, and we don't want to just lose a Lele that easily. So we'll switch in the Celesteela for it. We'll go for a Will-O-Wisp onto that Muck, and we're probably going to see a Trick Room come out, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. Although, we see an Imprison, which is really interesting. And a Trick Room. There's the Trick Room. So, we do need to be very careful now, because we may see a Torkoal come in, which will not be ideal. I think what I'm going to do is go for a Leech Seed onto this Muck and a Snarl onto the Muck and the Mimikyu to break the disguise if it stays in, and to catch the Torkoal on the switch in if it comes in. And I would expect it'll come in on that Muck slot. But it's not, it's a Mimikyu slot. Okay. This isn't the worst. This is not the worst. But we can't protect the next turn, which isn't ideal. So we see a knockoff, and the Muck is into the Arcanine. And we get the Leech Seed off. Which is alright, but we're going to get a Snarl off, so this is going to at least weaken that Torkoal slightly and make it a bit easier for ourselves going into this next turn. Although I want to get the Garchomp in, but that Muck is probably very likely to go for a knockoff into that Celesteela slot, I would imagine. And if we switch Garchomp in, actually no, because the Torkoal will go before the Muck, so that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to switch in my Garchomp, and I'm going to go for a what should I do? Go for another Snarl, maybe? Yeah, because this Muck isn't doing anything, I'm just going to go for another Snarl. I want to really kind of neuter the Torkoal as best I can, and because of the Leech Seed on that Muck, if the Muck stays in, then at least the Garchomp will get some health back through that Leech Seed at the end of the turn. So there's the Eruption on the Torkoal. Thanks to the Snarl, it has made it a lot easier to take there, and there is that knockoff into the Garchomp slot. Not doing too much damage, but we will get the Snarl off, which is the main thing. And we hit the target we really want, so, and there's some recovery through that Leech Seed onto the Muck. We will proc the berry on it though. We'll get some health back. So, because I can't protect with Arcanine at the moment, and I can't really switch in my Celesteela on an Eruption. I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide, and I'm going to go for another Snarl. Because Arcanine's sitting in a pretty decent position at the minute, but we see the Torkoal switch out, Buzzwole come in, which I don't mind too much, and the Muck withdraws as well. So we're going to see that Mimikyu come back in, which is fine. But it does mean we can start getting some protect off and stuff like that, so it's alright. We get a Rock Slide. The Mimikyu avoids. We do hit the Buzzwole. It's not going to do very much damage though. None at all. And we've still got one more turn of Trick Room to go. So, what do we do? I'm going to switch in Celesteela for the Garchomp, and I am just going to go for a Protect with my Arcanine here. And we should be going into the last turn of Trick Room now. So let's see what my opponent goes for. And here comes what looks like... Ooh, Tectonic Rage. Is it from this Buzzwole? Wow, is this going to be into the Arcanine? Oh, wow, we got really lucky there. And a Destiny Bond from this Mimikyu. Okay. And the dimensions turn back to normal. So we can just double into this Buzzwole here with a Flare Blitz and a Flamethrower. The sun is still up, so we'd be able to pick up the KO there, but it's whether or not it protects, and then the Mimikyu sets another Trick Room up, which is the problem. Thing is, I don't want to attack into the Mimikyu, because if we take it down before it moves, it's kind of guaranteeing itself getting the Trick Room up, to be honest. I'm going to go for the Heavy Slam into it. We might lose Celesteela in the process, but I think it's worth it to stop the Trick Room being set up, to be honest. So there goes the Buzzwole. In comes the Torkoal. That Mimikyu's definitely going for the Trick Room. So we get a Flare Blitz off with our Arcanine. We'll do a tiny bit of damage. A decent amount actually. Not bad. And we'll get the Heavy Slam. But because of that Destiny Bond the turn before, I'm pretty sure that we will go down if this Mimikyu. Oh, it survives. So we see a Focus Sash. So here is the Trick Room. Okay. And the sunlight fades. That is absolutely ideal, because that is just... I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam into the Mimikyu, and I'm going to go for a Snarl. Sunlight ending there means the Celesteela is going to be able to take a Heat Wave from this Torkoal. We'll be able to pick up a KO onto the Mimikyu, and we'll be able to start really chipping down the Torkoal again with those Snarls that came in so handy before. So we should be alright. We just need to kind of play through the Trick Room. That's the only thing. So there's the Mimikyu withdrawn, Buzzwole coming in. So you have to be careful of those Earthquakes. Here's the Heat Wave from the Torkoal. Heavy Slam. Not really going to be doing too much to this Buzzwole. No damage at all. And the Snarl. Right, okay. What we want to do... try and get Arcanine out to bring in later on, and to try and get, because the thing is, Arcanine now will be in range from probably a superpower, and the Celesteela as well is still threatened from that Torkoal. That's the thing. I'm going to switch in my Tapu Lele here for my Arcanine. So we see that Torkoal withdraw and the Muck come in. This is alright actually, because we're gonna be able to get, like, we're gonna start and be able to Leech Seed stuff now with the Celesteela, which is pretty nice. So we'll protect the Celesteela, see what this Buzzwole goes for. There's a Thunder Punch. Okay. That's decent information to kind of know. I can't imagine my opponent going for another Thunder Punch into the Celesteela. What I kind of imagine seeing is that Muck going for an Imprison maybe. So I'm gonna go for a Leech Seed. Should I just protect? I can't protect. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Leech Seed with my Celesteela. I'm gonna switch my Arcanine back in for my Tapu Lele. Get an Intimidate off onto this Buzzwole and the Muck. It should allow us to survive the Thunder Punch coming out from this Buzzwole and get the Leech Seed off. So there's the Intimidate. We're not going to see any switches come out from my opponent here. Buzzwole protects. We'll probably see a Poison Jab, do we? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully no poison. There's the poison. Kind of jinxed ourselves a little bit. Oh, and we've... Voids. Excellent. Very productive turn, guys. Well done. So... Will this proc our berry? It won't. Has our berry already been procced? I'm trying to think what's... We'll be able to take at least... Oh, berry probably has been procced. I think here I'm gonna go for a flamethrower into the Buzzwole, and I'm gonna switch in. Garchomp, should I switch in Garchomp? Yeah, I'm gonna switch in Garchomp. Because this should be the last turn of Trick Room, I think. Well, I'm not 100% sure. So we see a knockoff into Celesteela. We'll knock off that leftovers. Buzzwole goes for that Thunder Punch. Does decent enough damage, to be honest, but we get the Flamethrower off, which is the main thing, which is nice. And pick up the KO. Brilliant. Get rid of that threat. Mr. Flex Armstrong. And get a special defense boost. And this is the Trick Room ended now. Is it? Yes. Brilliant. We should be alright now. Should be alright. So my opponent's got the Mimikyu and... What's the other Pokemon? Got the Mimikyu, the Muck, and... I can't even remember. But we're going to be alright going just for an Earthquake. Heavy Slam. Oh, it's a Tall Call, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, wait there. Wait 1 minute. Because if that Mimikyu is faster than my Garchomp, it'll be able to Destiny Bond before we can do anything. So I think I'm going to Leech Seed into it, and I'm going to Dragon Claw into the Muck. We could potentially see a Trick Room get set up, but there's a Destiny Bond like we thought, so way better option not attacking into it. Go for the Leech Seed. We do get the Leech Seed onto that Mimikyu, so as long as the Celesteela doesn't go down this turn, which it shouldn't do, yeah, we'll take that, and bye bye Mimikyu, and that shouldn't activate the Destiny Bond. So yeah, we kind of got that call right. My opponent could have kind of went for the Trick Room there, but it was probably smarter kind of doing the Destiny Bond play, expecting an Earthquake from the Garchomp, because that's what I wanted to go for. It was the obvious move there to kind of really do a lot of damage and potentially clear the field. So yeah, we made the better call there. So I'm just going to go for a Heavy Slam into the Muck and an Earthquake with my Garchomp. That should be enough to finish this game off, and good game to my opponent. Whew. Brilliant, yeah. Good game to my opponent, and we clean up there. So just managed the game very well there, I think. Which is super nice. Not too bad at all. So that's game 13 and another win. So we're doing alright. We're doing alright, guys, aren't we? So got 2 more games in this little session, and then we will have a little break, and then we'll come back. We'll not save this. Do I want to continue? Actually, I'm going to have a little break now, guys. I'll be straight back, and I'll see you in like 2 minutes. Alright, cool.